Von Schirach, president of the Global Policy Institute. His research focuses on politics, economics, and international security. I guess a few years ago, we'd think that we were living in an alternate universe. Bill Gates praising China for globalization, the U.S. Moving back from it. But in a sense, Donald Trump, I guess, showing some courage, going there, first president since Bill Clinton. It's almost like going into the belly of the beast. How is his America First message going to be received there? Or do you think he'll moderate his rhetoric in a sense?
I'm not sure. I think he's really going to go for the gusto. In other words, from some of the leaks that have come out, he's going to make a strong marketing speech. America is open for business. We are the greatest economy. Look at our rate of growth. Look at our productivity. Look at the number of jobs created. And look at Apple Computers now planning this tremendous new investment in the United States, repatriating trillions of dollars of profits that have been sort of parked abroad on account of bad taxation, meaning we are now lowering, world, listen to us, corporate tax rate from 35% to 21%. Come on in. There's room for everybody. Come on in, invest in America. We are the great success story. I think this is going to be the pitch of Mr. Trump. I may be wrong, but I think from what I've seen so far, he's going to give a positive message, but of course, pro-America message, as opposed to say, the drawbridge is up, we don't want you, we don't want to do business with you, we take care of business at home, and we don't care about what happens in the global economy.
And how will that be received?
Well, I'm not sure. I think it's going to be probably a mixed message because, again, he's got something positive to say, at least about undoubtable successes of the United States economy. Now, I'm not quite sure if they can be ascribed to his policies because this upward trend goes back to the Obama administration. But certainly, tax reform is a big deal, and it was accomplished by the Republican Congress with the Republican president at the end of last year. And although we haven't seen any of the impact because it's not in force yet, but as a marketing tool, it's going to be, I think, hard to be dismissed. Of course, the other side of the coin is protectionist measures. Barriers, as your reporting has pointed out, which has been just announced in the last few days, even though they are not on critical issues, washing machines and solar panel components. But if that's taken as a preview of things to come, well, that puts a chill on the perspective of American trade relations with the rest of the world.
Let me ask you about his interactions, because we saw him sit down with Theresa May and the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had some rather inflammatory remarks for the Palestinians. Give me your sense of his meetings and what he had to say so far today.
Well, look, with Theresa May, sort of damage limitation, right? Because he was supposed to go to London, then he canceled the visit, probably because he's not going to get a good reception. His people told him, maybe we'll skip this one, but he had to put up front and say, well, relations with Britain is wonderful, special relationship. Britain is our great ally, even though there was nothing really substantive discussed or decided upon. The meeting, with Netanyahu, with a Palestinian wrinkle, there, of course, shows that if there is an American plan for bringing, peace between Israelis and Palestinians, it's going to be a hard, long road.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening anytime soon in this atmosphere.
You're going to have everybody sitting at the table, and it seems like they're pushing one of the sides away. China mentioned they're going to further integrate with international trade rules, increase market access, talking about boosting global growth, their message. How will that be received?
I think positively. Again, here's the juxtaposition. China talks about cooperation, integration, mixing things together, everybody wins. America has this sort of more confrontational approach of saying, international trade has not benefited us. We've been cheated. Others have didn't play fair. This has been the Trump narrative from the campaign on. Again, if he can say things positive about marketing the United States as a place to do business, that may put a little bit of different balance. But certainly, this looks like, oddly enough, China is the defender of globalization and integration of world economies. The United States is we first, you later. And if you want to benefit from our wealth, or rather our great, how can I say, business ecosystem, come do business in America with us. according to our rules. But so that's the juxtaposition that I see.
Paolo Von Schirach, always a delight. Thanks so much for coming in.